Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Oh, great.
Why?
No. Actually, every week towards Monday, I start looking forward. I can't wait, I can't wait for Wednesday to come and do this. But Kathy said, oh, it's so nice out today and it's breezy. And can you call in sick? I said, no, it depends on me to do that show. I have to be there on Wednesdays. Tomorrow's her day. She can do that.
Yeah. It'll be nice tomorrow.
Yep. Don't fuck up this week.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Why?
No, just...
Oh, I'm not connected to the internet. That's why. Connect. Sorry. I'm like, why is it not running? Because I'm not connected to the internet, stupid. There we go. Now we're streaming. All right.
Anyway, we might have to do someday is just run a physical network cable to this router from the house.
You know how long that cable's going to be?
100 feet.
I don't think I got do you have a 100-foot?
Well, I mean, I can't, this is very funny. I can't put cable, I can run the cable, our Cat 5 cable.
Uh-huh.
I can't put the connectors on it. I cannot fit them in my eyesight, but I can put them in a plate, like a wall plate on one side and a wall plate on the other. Well, it's a little square block instead of a regular plate, but I can do that and run network, cable all the way, and I have a tester so you can test both ends. But that would make a huge difference.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, the Netgear is nice, but you're still going through 4 walls before you get to here?
4 or 6 walls, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the table.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just to here, and then it's from here going up there.
Okay, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we go.
I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, what Simpson character turns 100 years old and another passenger gets duct taped to a seat again, and why Teslas are going into the water, and you think it's hot outside right now, why you don't want your AC to break down this time of year. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. Over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan. How are you?
I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Why are you in a lot of pain?
My mattress, I have a killer mattress.
You have is that the name of the company? Killer?
No, it's just we have a mattress, and we still have 3 years of payment on it, and I wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, I have to get out of bed because my hip and my shoulders hurt so bad.
What kind of mattress do you have?
It's from Mattress Firm.
Mattress Firm?
Yep, and it's one of their own. It's a Sleepy's brand, and we kind of got conned because we went in there. We were on a beauty rest, and the guy filled out the paperwork, and we assumed that when he did it, he was selling us the right product. And
now, did you lay on the mattress and do all that stuff?
Yeah, we laid on the mattress, but the mattress we laid on was a beauty rest, and the one we got was a Sleepy's, their own brand. And it was okay for a couple years. Now it just hurts. Both of us hurt all the time.
Is it a spring mattress or just a regular mattress?
It's a hybrid mattress, springs and foam, and it's supposed to be...
Aren't all mattresses spring and foam?
Yes. Well, it has... It's a hybrid one, so it has... No, a regular mattress just springs.
Now, for those of you out there who don't know, I've got, and proudly sponsors Deacon Live, is the Purple Mattress. And the Purple Mattress is this... these two guys were actually making seat cushions for wheelchairs, for people who were terminally bound or permanently bound in wheelchairs to keep their ass from getting sore. And they created this space sage gel that they injected into a mold, and it would, stretch and flex, and it wouldn't give or anything. And the guy said, you know what if we came up with some kind of a bigger mold for mattresses? And they said, okay, we'll make mattresses. So they make a 2-inch gel mold, a 3-inch gel mold, and a 4-inch gel mold. Well, we bought, I think, the 3-inch gel mold, and that's on top. And it's all these little cubicle chambers, and then it's these nice cushions, foam. No, there's no springs or anything in the mattress. And Dan, I could lay on that, and a lot of people say, "Does your mattress get hot?"
I don't notice it getting hot.
I mean, like, do you sweat? Like,
No, 'cause
even
we-
when you lay on it, you
We
just
have the air
sweat?
conditioner set on 69, so we got blankets on to keep us warm.
So the purple mattress doesn't do that for us. I mean, it's nice and cool. It's cool, air can flow through there and all that.
Yeah, and as far as wheelchairs, bed sores are not only sore; those are you can have infections from it. That's very serious. Bed sores are a lot more hazardous than you think.
Yeah, so Purple Company, we appreciate them, and thanks for sponsoring Deacon Live. And we have a nice king-size purple mattress. We like it. We really haven't had to do anything as far as you don't have to rotate it. It automatically springs back. It's guaranteed. What do they say? You change your mattress every 8 to 10 years. I think it's guaranteed for like 15 years, something crazy like that. Now, Dan, for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. And Dan, probably now coming up on a month and a half, has purchased my 2011, what year is it?
2011 Silverado.
Chevy Silverado. Deluxe package. It's got all the bells. It's got all the whistles. It's got the chrome package. It looks nice. It rides nice. And I didn't need to sell it, but my wife wanted a bigger truck with a bigger engine in it to pull her horses. So we're now ordering a truck, and we'll get into that here in the program as far as some companies that are making you order vehicles instead of buying them off the lot. And the problem was we've moved from Florida to Huntersville, which is on the other side of Charlotte, to where we're at now. And I thought we lost the license or the title. Dan needs a title. I don't have the title. So he's driving around with my tag on it, probably robbing banks and sticking up little kids and and things like that, getting my name in trouble because my tag's on the truck still.
Giving everybody the finger.
Right. Who is that guy? And so calling North Carolina DOT, my wife swears up and down she paid $600 to have the title transferred from Florida up here to North Carolina so we could register the vehicles. I thought that was all said and done. We've had legit tags on the vehicle. Everything's been going right with the vehicle. We re-register it every year. There's no problems. There's no hiccups, no nothing. Now I've sold the vehicle. I can't find the tag or the title. Sorry. Round and round in circles. Literally, Dan, called North Carolina, sat on hold for 45 minutes this past Saturday because they're open all the time, and then click, hung up on us. You wait so long, and then the music goes away, and you're like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and it hangs up. If you'd like to make a call, please. So my wife says, that's it, I'm not doing it. I'm like, babe, I'll take care of it. I'll do it on Monday. And we were calling North Carolina. North Carolina says, we contacted Bank of America for the note, the not lien on make sure there wasn't a lien on the vehicle. And we asked Florida to send it up to us. Well, either Bank of America or Florida didn't get the message to send the title up here. So I sat on the phone, Dan, for another 45 minutes to talk to some, and I say an Indian lady, and I'm using that term very loosely because I know she lives here in the United States. Her lingo, her demeanor, the way she talked to me, I could tell she lives in the United States, but she's like a transfer.
And it's hard to sometimes understand.
Yeah, because she goes, oh, yes, Mr. Deacon, we can see your I'm not going to do the voice. We can see that it's an electronic title, so it's still here in Florida. I said, okay, how do I get a hold of that? Now, meanwhile, Dan and I have gone down and we've notarized stuff. We've signed stuff and sent it to North Carolina. It turns around and comes back, not knowing that the tag was still down in Florida. Called them. She said, after waiting on hold for 45, almost an hour and a half. I'm sorry, Dan. Hour and a half I was on phone with her, or on hold, and finally got a representative, and she said, oh, you need to go to gorenew.com. And I said, can you spell that for me? Because I don't know what you're saying. Gorenew.com. She spelled it all out for me. Went there, clicked on a couple things. Don't get me started on the website because you have to trick the website to tell it. You're telling it what you want it to tell you back. We don't see a record for a Mr. Deacon living at 123 Street in Orlando, Florida. Okay, so then you have to think in your mind, what address do they have of me? The last 3 places that I lived.
Reverse engineering.
It is. It's reverse engineering to try to figure out where this finally found it. Cost me $4. I stand corrected. It cost me $2.50 to have the original title now. It's going to be mailed, physical paper mail. Like you get your diploma and stuff. It's got all the squirrelies and sprigglies all around the sides and everything. It's going to be mailed here. It's going to have the Florida seal stamp on it. $2.50, but then they charge you $2 because you're buying it online. It's a convenience fee.
So we just have to go to the registry and bring 2 vials of blood and all the paperwork, and we can get everything done.
So I just want this to be done, Dan. I feel bad. I didn't mean to drag you through all this, but when we initially sold you the vehicle, I thought everything was in line because we had the title to the 4Runner, we had the title to the Audi, we had the title to the Nissan that's out there, all the title for the boat, we had the title to the boat. The Chevy truck was not in there anywhere.
And I came by that morning and he said, I got bad news. I can't find the title, but I know it's somewhere right around here.
And she looked, and in Amy's defense, she looked all through the house for the title, not knowing that it was still in Florida. So, I don't know. I'm relieved that we got it, but at least we'll give you an update when that comes in. What else is going on? What else is going on over there, Dan?
Oh, I'm not too much. We got a lot of dog sitting and cat sitting. We took care of a dog with 3 legs, and when that dog covers some ground. I had to literally run behind him a couple times when he wanted to gallop a little bit.
Okay, well, good. And we've got 2 brand new kittens here at the house. All right, when we come back, we'll dive into the show and get this party started. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Now, for you guys listening to us and watching us on the YouTube channel, Facebook, we always do the first segment here at the show. If you want to see the full video, the full length of everything, make sure you go to prophetradio.com, click on Deacon Live, and you can see this whole video in its entirety. We're going to let you guys get back to what you got to do for now. Enjoy scrolling. See you later. We'll see you on the other side of whatever this thing is that we're doing. See ya. Bye.
On both sides? Yeah, I think that's better.
Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah.
You're still going to get a little bit, but...
All right, now we got to actually do the show, Dan.
We, on the way going by my house, if you come in and you take a right to the tennis courts and you go to my house, if you follow it straight, it goes down to a boat ramp. There's one in Mount Gilead by the bridge, but there's also a boat ridge near us. And I just look at these trucks. I see a $70,000 pickup truck pulling a $100,000 boat. And, at least 10 times you see that a week. I said, where did people get this money from?
Well, when I bought the truck, my boat was, I think, $60,000 for mine. And it was a 28-footer, something like that. I mean, it's a good boat. Had a little bathroom down inside. You walk down inside. But I had a landscape business at the time, too. All right. You ready?
I'm ready. Yep, media offline. What you?
If you're not on that screen.
Oh, okay. Not an internet thing. I'm just checking.
Yeah. Okay. If you're not on that screen, it won't read it unless you're on that screen. Because what it does is it actually pulls from the file. Well, it pulls the other stuff from a file instead of actually burning it into the track. So if I take this file right here, if I take this file right here and move it to somewhere else, it won't find it. It'll say media offline. And where do you want me to find this track from? Instead of storing it, it doesn't have any way to store it.
Okay.
Ready? Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over to my far right hand side is IT Dan. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing a little better. After moving around for a couple hours, getting off that mattress, I do feel better.
Do me a favor. Pull that microphone to your left a little bit. Your left. There you go. And that way,
okay.
Yeah, when you talk, you're talking directly into it instead of turning your face and looking at me at the same time.
Hey, this is my first week here.
And you got your first paycheck, so I'm assuming
yes.
Everything was fine?
Yes.
There wasn't enough zeros on the paycheck?
Yes, I can get that operation I've always wanted now.
For those of you out there who want to be part of the show, everyone wants to be part of the show. Everyone wants to be part of something, and we would like to have you part of the Deacon Live show. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the Be Heard section. What it does is open up a microphone on your phone, your tablet, wherever you're listening to us from. And you can leave a voice message, and it comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. If you do it right now, we'll get it on this podcast. And then you want to be heard, you can give us a shout out, say happy birthday to someone. You love us, you hate us, whatever it is. And that's over at Prophet Radio. And you can be part of the show on the Be Heard section. Now, Dan.
Is that like a herd of bees?
No,
a bee herd?
No. It's a herd of cattle.
Okay.
Of course I've heard of cattle. Now, Dan, you know that I'm getting ready to buy a truck. Now, we were talking about, you've got a boat ramp down the street from you, right?
Yes, we do, right past my house.
And how deep is it freshwater or saltwater? I guess I'm assuming
it's Lake Tillery, freshwater.
Okay, and how deep do you think that water is out there?
Oh, it can go up to like 80 feet deep in some spots.
And you said you've got a boat ramp out there. Now, is there like slips? Are there houses that are on the lake that have their own little boat slips and stuff?
Oh, yes, we have plenty of those. Plus, our community has a bunch of slips near the clubhouse. But a lot of people come down and use this one. It's a one person at a time boat slip.
And it's funny because they always, when the summer comes up, all the boat sales, from the summer or the wintertime, boats go on sale in the wintertime. Of course, no one's buying boats. They have all the sales in the wintertime. And then everyone's got their boat out for the summer, and you always see the knuckleheads and the ding-dongs that don't know how to, they jackknife and they pinch and they don't know how to back up a truck and trailer. My wife, when I first met her, well, in our early stages of us dating, I actually bought the boat, the $60,000 Regal boat for her to impress her, and I'm like, all right, so I back the boat down, I get it off the truck and trailer, and then she parks the truck and then gets on the boat and we go on about our day up and down the St. Johns River in Florida.
Everything went smooth?
Everything went smooth, and then she's like, well, I can back the truck and trailer down. I'm like, you can? She's like, oh yeah. Now the trailer itself is probably 35 feet long on the back of that Chevy Silverado that you just bought. And she backed it right down, and they've got the PVC poles that stick up out of the water so you can see where the back of the trailer is. And I'd pull right up, and she's like, left, right, left, telling me which way to turn to center it up on the pulleys, connects it, pulls it right up. Pulls me in the boat out all the time. I got pictures of her. She's just yanking up. So she's a pro.
You underestimate some people.
I do. Yeah. But she's got years of pulling like horse trailers and having to back these things in the small areas. Yeah. Now, this guy right here, now, if you're watching this, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. This gentleman right here, a pickup truck sinks in a lake on live TV during a boat launch mishap. So what's happening here, this is on Fox News, and Gary, what's that guy's name right there?
Gary Gaslio.
Gaslio is talking about getting more boat slips and being familiar with the boat slips and the way boats get launched into this lake. Now, Lake Springfield in Springfield, Illinois, connection here, was caught on camera as it slid into the water and sank. Now, we're going to play this video, and he's doing a live broadcast, and if you look over his shoulder, the truck, the brand new GMC 2500 is backing this boat up into the water, and shenanigans ensue. So here we go. Blow this up nice and big so everyone can see it. So he's going to start. Young kid. What is he, like 12, 13 years old, this guy?
Yeah, the newscaster looks young.
Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's a lot of arguments on both sides.
So you can see the GMC in the background. It looks like it's turning too hard left or right to back this boat up
about whether or not to begin constructing Hunter Lake.
And then
on the city side, they argue
the truck disappears under his shoulder
for times of extreme drought and more space for recreational activities. But for water rights groups here in Springfield, they argue that it's a waste of taxpayer money.
You can hear the people yelling in the background.
Thousands of acres of wildlife.
You know what I think? I think there was algae or stuff on that ramp.
Wait, hold on. Let this guy finish. Here he goes. That truck, that's a $100,000 truck. Sinking in the water. Look at it.
I think he got to a certain point of the water where you're going to have algae underneath the water, which is slippery as snot.
And and that's a big truck, and it's right past the ramp, and it's already underwater. There's no getting that.
The bubbles come up.
There's no getting that truck back. I mean, let's see if I can get a. It's gone. That's gone. You gotta. You are not going to get that boat out of the water. That is a shame. Let's see if it's got another.
T4, which replaces the all-terrain as the off-roadiest canyon in the lineup.
No, this is the canyon one. So anyways. So yeah, if you want to see this video, go over to Private Radio, click on DeaconLive. You can see this video as well. So you ever seen any like mishaps at the loading docks? Because like I said, everyone kind of jackknifes their stuff and gets all messed up. And the pros, I mean, there's a double ramp, large enough throw 2 boats in there, I would get mad. I'd see some guy who's got like a little 14-foot little dinghy, and he's got like a little Nissan truck like my red one, and he's eat down. You know, he's taking up, and he goes right down the middle of the ramp. But what you're supposed to do is, you know, pick a side. I've gotten my big 26, 28-footer with the truck and trailer all the way like within inches, and you know, Amy's freaking out. Don't hit him. I'm like, I'm not hitting him. I'm getting this boat in because you've got limited time to get out on the water.
Yeah, you got to get in and out. I want to let you know, Kathy rented a 16-foot Penske truck, 16-foot box truck, no, 26-foot box truck, and she had a trailer behind it, and she drove from North Carolina all the way to Massachusetts delivering stuff for her sister. And she'd never done it before.
But she didn't have to back into tight spaces or anything like that.
No, she didn't have to do that. But driving through New York City and all the way, to Boston and everything.
Now, for those of you who know that I have ordered a truck from Chevy. We've ordered the brand new Chevy. I forgot what it's called now. The High Country Deluxe package. It's got all the cameras around it. We have a horse trailer, so it's putting all the cameras so where you can see all the stuff. Well, part of the holdup for the process of getting this truck is all the chips. The international chip shortage has forced all major automakers to dial back its production and prioritizing only the most profitable products right now. These emergency measures, however, open the eyes for at least Ford. Ford right now has revealed hopes of changing the way Ford manufactures models to building only what it no.
Okay.
Hold on one sec. I'll get it here. Model of the one building only what it knows it can sell, and thus turning a profit from it. So, read this for me right here, Dan.
Yeah, Farley told Reuters that Ford is committed to moving away from a traditional boom and bust cycle. They flood the dealers with low-margin vehicles, then they lean on incentives to move inventory, and they lose profit. And you're not going to make any money at stuff sitting in a parking lot. So, I think they're going to start to go, well, you're going to order as you need the vehicle.
So what they normally do is they would flood the dealership with, let's say I'll order 100 trucks. So here's 100 trucks. I need my money for the 100 trucks. So then the margin is like kind of small, but now the dealers are realizing, Ford itself, the manufacturer, says, well, if I buy one truck at a time from you, there's a larger margin for me because I don't have to, one, keep it on my lot. 2, I don't have to pay insurance on it. I don't do all that. You could probably dumb down on smaller, buy smaller lots. Maybe have
just think how many trucks need to be washed. There's a guy out washing 100 trucks all the time. Keep them all shiny clean.
All the time. And maybe have a smaller footprint. You don't need this big dealership that can house, 200 to 300 cars. Now have a nice service center, because that's where you sell your point there. I don't want to say that's where you make your money. That's where you make your money. But I think the dealerships are going to get a lot smaller. They might have a couple variations of the vehicle, like demos, like, hey, this is the demo for this and this is the demo for that. If you want this, give us. And hopefully what they're going to have to do, Dan, is be quick about getting them out. If you can get a car in 3 weeks, that's fine. Now, I understand, little Timmy just graduated high school. You're going to buy him his new car so he can go to college. You want something to buy off the lot. That's fine. Let him buy the little smaller cars, the little chintzy cars, the 13, the 15,000. If you can find a $15,000 car for,
my Kia, for example.
Yeah, your Kia. But like the larger ones, the high end stuff. You don't see a parking lot. Here's a prime example. You don't see a parking lot full of like Corvettes. You literally have to, quote unquote, kind of order a Corvette or find one. Oh, we've got one up in New Hampshire. We'll ship it down to you.
You know what's very hard to find? A 1983 Corvette.
Why is that?
They never made a Corvette in 1983.
Why is that?
There's a documentary.
Now
on
you
it.
don't know.
I haven't. No, there's a documentary.
You gave us the breadcrumbs, and now you're not giving us the.
There's a documentary about it. How they had went through all the design, all the things, and they just never pulled the trigger and never made a Corvette that year.
Huh. All right, well, there you go. So if you've seen the 1983 documentary about not building a Corvette in 1983, let us know. And the way you do that is go to profitradio.com, click on DeaconLive, and you can send us an email and all that, and let us know if you've seen it. All right, when we come back, we'll dive into the show a little bit more deeper. And don't forget, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to go to up to speed with technology with IT Dan. That's his little segment there, so make sure you stick around for that as well. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Profit Radio. I'll be right back.
I didn't know if you wanted me to jump in when you're reading that. Yeah.
See, my problem is I read so far ahead that I can't.
You lose your space.
I lose my space, Dan.
My AC guy told me that I have 2 units. If my older unit goes, like Freon, they can't get Freon for the older units.
So they have to change it out?
R22. Yeah, they'll have to change it out.
Well, that's what I had to do. That's
13 years old. So
That's what I had to do with the Nissan out there. Because in what was it, 99 that they changed it from?
Might have been after that, but they went from R22 to R410A.
But it's not the same as house. House Freon is different than car Freon, isn't it?
That's a good question. Oh, the different characteristics. Your house uses R22 or R410A, and the vehicle has R12, Freeze-12, R134A. They're compatible due to the Mayo and America Whip.
Gross. All right, I'm gonna have you read a couple of these. I'll bring you in. I'll set up the story and then you can read the thing. Ready? Oh, I gotta switch screens here for everyone so we can see each other. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over to my far hand side is IT Dan.
Yes, good afternoon, Travis.
You want to try that again? Over to my far right hand side we have IT Dan.
Good afternoon, Deacon. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, for those of you out there, all the bands that you hear here on Deacon Live, here on Deacon Live, here on Deacon Live.
Isn't English language funny?
It is funny. God, I was reading something the other day. It blew my wife's mind. And blowing your mind is the artists that you hear on Deacon Live. It's amazing that these women, men, women of all ages that are on this show that showcase their music, none of them are signed, and they're so talented. Every single one of them are so talented. It's amazing. Any one of these songs at any given time could be played on a top 40 station in their genre era.
They're just waiting for their lucky break.
Oh, I hope they find it, and I hope you guys show them support because we love hearing them. I was telling one of them, what they were asking us what our reach is, and I said, you know what, we have this and that and stuff. I said, but if you can get my wife to hum your song while she's making breakfast in the morning or doing something around the house, I said, you've done it. I said, you've done it, because my wife has no idea about any kind of music. She likes country music, but she doesn't really get into, I don't know who sings what. And the other day she was singing a couple of the songs from the podcast, and she was just, I'm like, you like that song? She's like, yeah, it's kind of catchy. I like it. It's got a nice hook to it. And now she listens to all types of music. So now, all types of music, all types of people in this world, Dan. Now, have you ever been pulled over for anything? Like in your car? I know this is like car talk, but unfortunately, you get enough beat up with everything that's going on with the COVID and the Delta, and you can't figure out who's who and what's what, and numbers are going up and numbers going down. This is your little relief from all the big news topics, just something that you can talk around the dinner table or around the water cooler. So, Dan, have you been pulled over like for speeding or just some kind of infraction?
I got pulled over for having an expired inspection sticker. Oh, it was almost 9 months overdue.
What state?
Massachusetts.
You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I was just pulling out of my street. I was probably doing 30 miles an hour, and I got pulled over. My wife goes, "You going too fast?" I said, "No, I wasn't." And the cop pulled me over and said, "Your inspection sticker is overdue."
Now, is the inspection sticker on the front windshield or is it the tag?
It's on the front windshield on the passenger side. So I got out of the car and I went and looked at it. And I said, "Unbelievable." And the guy says, "What?" And I said, "My brother and I have an inspection station." I said, I don't know what's worse, is that I forgot to get the inspection sticker, or it took you this long to catch me. And I laughed, and he just gave me a warning to go get it.
Yeah, go get it done. A woman in Texas almost had the same thing. Now, she was pulled over, and the cops, as they went through, hey, license and registration, the woman tried to hide a meth pipe and the car keys in her body cavity. Dan, you want to take this for me?
Yeah, a Texas woman who apparently once tried to hide a meth pipe in a body cavity has been arrested for trying to swallow a set of car keys to prove she hadn't been driving on an awkwardly parked vehicle.
Wow. That's what they call nature's purse. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, an officer approached Riley Sage Weiss, 23, after seeing the vehicle parked parallel or sideways near a store. Apparently, that somehow looked suspicious. The officer entered the store and approached Weiss. She claimed that the car was her husband's. She said that he dropped her off and walked away. Then she activated a key fob she'd been holding. The vehicle's light flashed. When the officer continued to ask her, she allegedly put the keys in her mouth.
And
That's crazy.
Tried to swallow them. The officer said that grabbed both sides of White's mouth and squeezed her so she couldn't swallow anything. Now, she also gave the officer permission to search the vehicle and found at least 2 wallets containing identification cards, social security cards, and all that. But then, she had paraphernalia on her, and they found it in her hooch. Well, I didn't say they found her in her hooch, but she tucked it up in her hooch to hide it. And of course, when they brought her to the jail, they stripped her down and did all that stuff. But
yeah, and there was a story where a guy was drunk and he ate his own underwear, thinking that would help with the breathalyzer test. Yeah.
Like the joke is, does my breath smell like tacos? No. If you put shit in your tacos, yes. I mean, I forget what the joke is there, but all right, I know I completely blew that. Now, speaking of hiding meth in your honey hole, this Canadian driver was caught at the border with a ton of weed. Is apparently the victim of a scam. Now, over-the-road truckers. Now, with the pandemic and everything that's going on, there's a lot of contactless deliveries. You driver, hey, show up at this location. Here's your manifest. Here's your bill of lading. This is where you're going. And a lot of trucks will have a plastic or metal seal on it. They don't know what they're hauling. They just hook up. They got everything ready to go. They got the little...
Back the truck in, hook it up, hook the air hoses, and go.
Right. And they have a little box, like a permit box you would have on your house. They've got them on the back of the trucks that's got all their stuff in it. So there's no need for them to go inside. Hey, look, I'm hauling, 50 tons of teddy bears or something like that. And this guy was going through the Canadian border. Dan, take it away.
Well, how much would 50 tons of teddy bears weigh?
I don't know.
Probably 50 tons. ABC News reports the U.S. has dropped charges against a truck driver after he was caught with over a ton of weed in his trailer at the border. He claimed no knowledge of how it gets done, and I guess that's the case. The driver, Tasiber Singh, I don't think I know him too well.
No.
He was detained at the border by agents. Drug dogs detected the scent of marijuana, 7 pallets of weed. The street value, $3.2 million.
So this guy picks up a trailer, and he's probably got, like I said, maybe stuffed teddy bears, and then how many pallets? 7 pallets of weed?
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine how they're stacked on a pallet? Is it a 7 tie? Is it a 9 tie? The 3 this way and 4 this way, and then he stack. Do they shrink wrap it?
Yeah.
They shrink it and wrap it all up. I mean,
I don't think they. I mean, if they probably weren't doing much at all to hide it if you got caught that easily and stuff. But with the new COVID protocols, you stay in the cabs while the trailers are loaded.
Yeah, I mean, it's a contactless experience. Now, Dan, you got, sometimes you're late getting here, and I didn't want to say anything, but I'm going to bring it up now. And
am I on double secret probation?
You are on, this is a strike 1, I guess you would say. Yeah. Now, I know because where you live, they're doing construction and everything out there, right?
Yeah, they're changing the 2-lane road into 4 lanes, 2 each way.
Is it a suicide lane in the center, or is there a median in the center?
There's a median in the center.
Okay. So, I understand that, and if you've been here in the mountains, these backwoods towns, and for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. If there's any construction that goes around here, you literally have to drive 5 miles out of your way to get to the next road up to get past the construction.
Yes, you do. And that a lot of times you're just sitting there for 15 minutes or so till you can go.
Well, this woman right here, it looks like they're doing construction. Now, sometimes when you have like a roadblock that says wait here, they'll have what they call a pilot vehicle that comes up and grabs you. You know what I'm talking about? It's got the flashing lights. It's a caution vehicle, almost like a pace car. And it'll turn around and say, okay, everyone follow me, and then he guides you through wherever the path that you're going through.
Yep,
which I don't
familiar with those.
I don't understand why they do that, but I guess there's a reason why. This woman has had enough. Now, for those of you can see this video, go to prophetradio.com, click on DeaconLive. For every podcast we do, we also have a matching video as well, and you can see me and Dan here in the studio. Hi, everyone. You can see us on the cameras, and this woman right here you can see as well. Here she is. Oh, let me go blow this up here so everyone can see. All right, so this woman gets out of the car, and there's got like the little arm that comes down the block, and it's got the little marquee up there. Don't wait for the wait for the pace vehicle or whatever, and this woman's the first car in the line, and she's yelling to all these people out in the all the cars behind her. So here she goes. Go around. Here she comes.
Jesus Christ.
So this guy's just this is a worker there. He's just sitting on the watching her. He's monitoring everything that's going on, and he's filming this. And here she comes.
'Cause she's yelling loud.
Here she comes.
Have a picture of your ID, huh? You want to take pictures of somebody? Let me have a picture of you. Open this goddamn gate. What the fuck is she? Open it. Let's go. That's a felony. Now.
She goes up and lifts the gate. You can hear it crack and snap a little bit. She might have popped a bolt, and the guy goes, "That's a felony."
That's a felony right there.
Oh, that's a felony?
Yeah.
You think I ain't been in prison?
Back up. Back
Why
up.
are you holding us like that?
Back up. The pilot car's coming. I don't want no problems with you.
I know who's coming, because you're a goddamn cop caller. Think I'm fucking scared of you? You fucking kidding me?
Here's the fucking pilot car.
Good! Woo!
Here she goes.
Nice job, Karen.
Back up.
These people have been holding us here because she's pissed off,
Back up.
but she can't fuck me.
So now it's a sexual thing. We're holding her up. Now, there's a great little profile here. You can see how many teeth are missing on this side.
Yeah, missing a few chiclets.
Yep, chiclets. And she's in the early stages of meth because she's still got a little chunk on her. You know, she's still got all her hair. She doesn't have the little rosary, the little chicken pox on her face from picking at her face all day long. And she's a hot one here.
Nah.
Back up.
They holding the whole line up. Yeah. They holding the whole line up. Because I'm a drunk bitch, and I was a smart ass, and they hold that whole fucking line up. Yeah. Let us go.
Guys, like, sorry about that. Uh-oh. We gonna get a full moon?
Oh, the-
Got a trailer stamp. And the thing is, she's the passenger, so like there's people in the car and like going, "Oh, here she goes again. Here goes Teresa. She's out on a rampage."
Yeah, and they're going to get the license plate number of the driver.
Fat bitch. Guess there's a woman in there somewhere. And she gets in the car, and then that's her day. I mean, it's Jesus.
And someone has to live with this woman.
And, you know, they this is true. Someone does have to live with this woman. And so the cop that pulled over not pulled over, but the girl who was parked sideways or parallel to the store, you know, that was suspicious. Well, yeah, she had crack in her pipe and her stuff, and they should have pulled this person over or done something. But I guess, you know, the human race will survive, I guess, without her or with her, along with her. So I hope she made it through the checkpoint there.
We're going to have to coexist.
We are going to have to coexist. All right, when we come back, we'll get into Up to Speed with Technology with IT Dan. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Where are you going? You out of here?
Yeah, take a leak. People are going to think I'm late for work. I'm a tardy person.
It's always having good. This is good because we're at 30 minutes.
John McCraven got written up for being 8 minutes late. He's been there like 25 years. He was late once.
I thought you had to get certain points before you got written up.
Well, like a warning, written warning.
Well, it's like the CEO, and I don't know what restaurant it is. I'm just going to say Wendy's just because it's easy.
Yeah.
That said, you know, they came out with a new salad, and, you know, everything's measured out, you know, to the T. You know, how much lettuce you put on there, they weigh it and do all that stuff. And the guy goes, well, how many olives do we put on the salad? He goes, we put 6 olives on the salad, you know. He goes, what if we put 5? You'll save yourself $100,000 a year just for removing 1 olive from whatever salad that they were selling.
I see signs in, maybe it's Food Line, one of the things that says if we shut this door every time, we'll save this amount of money a year. Something like that. Like if you drink 1 less beer per show.
It's not going to happen. Okay. All right. You didn't shit yourself, did you?
No. I had Sloppy Joe's last night, so that's surprised.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Welcome back to Deacon Live. Before we go any further, it is now time for Up to Speed with Technology with IT Dan.
Good afternoon. Can you imagine living in a state where it's legal to buy weed, but not high-end gaming machines? Yes, they have new laws in California, Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Certain PCs are going to use too much energy, and you can't buy them. So that's effective July 1st. Of course, you can build your own gaming machine, but you cannot buy these certain Dell and Alienware machines because they use up too much energy.
So you're not talking like the PlayStation or the Xbox or anything like that. You're talking about like personal
gaming machines,
system.
PC machines.
So
yes.
PC machines, can these PC machines mine Bitcoin? Maybe?
Oh no, it's just electric use by them. They have, and these are all configured machines you buy online. You can buy all separate parts, build your own. Twice as that limit. It's okay.
So, I don't understand the reason behind that, because Dan, in this studio right here, I've got a tower under me. There's a tower under you. There's 3 towers in the back, and that's what keeps this whole station, Prophet Radio and Deacon Live, up and running. I mean, what's the difference of what's going on here as to building your own and sucking down power?
Yeah, it's new machines. It's not the ones that are existing machines. It's new machines, and these probably use more power than those games they're talking about.
So you're saying if I bought something, they're putting limitations on the way that manufacturers can build these towers. Like
Yes.
This tower can only use, let's say, 14 kilowatts. And if it goes over 14 kilowatts, it's not energy saving, kind of like the way AC units are. The AC units are 13 SEER, 16 SEERs. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I think it's a little overboard, but it's just something that's going on.
They probably get a kickback from Energy Star, say, hey, this is an Energy Star safe PC.
Well, I mean, those are places that saving the planet's important to them.
All right. Yeah. What else you got?
They have pizza vending machines. They're looking for some dough. People love pizza. They love the convenience. Boom, a pizza vending machine. This company, Basil Street, it's raised $10 million in crowdfunding, and it's making automatic pizza kitchens, which you can get a pizza in 3 minutes. They have, they use fresh ingredients that are flash frozen. Try saying that 3 times. And it takes about 3 minutes for the pizzas to cook. It's a 3-element non-microwave speed oven, so that's something coming out.
Is it like an induction oven or something?
No, it's just they have a proprietary system that they use.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, that's going to make pizzas. Pizzas out of vending machines in 3 minutes. We'll have to wait and see how badly that's going to turn out.
Now, will it be available in the United States?
Oh, yes, that's in the United States.
Is there any test kitchens or anything anywhere? Like normally California or New York gets these like test kitchens for those.
It doesn't say where they're going to be starting. It's just it's a concept, but they should be starting later this year.
And what's the name of them?
It's called Basil Street.
All right, so get out your Robinhood app and type in Basil Street and figure out buy the IPO before they get on the ground floor.
Okay.
What else you got?
I want to tell you a little bit about Windows 11. I installed Windows 11 on one of my computers. It worked smooth. Everything installed perfectly. Haven't had a glitch. Haven't had one bit of problem.
Now, why did they bump up? When did Windows 10 come out?
Windows 10 is almost 8 years old. So
is it really that
time.
old?
It is time. And it operates the same. The start menus it looks a little bit different. I kind of like the look of it, maybe because it's different. But it's the reason they have Windows 11 is because it needs a trusted platform module, which is part of your motherboard. It's soldered into your motherboard, and what this is going to give you is hardware security from hackers. And to be honest, you can't stop all the hackers and all the things they're doing, but these makes the vehicles a lot more secure. The computers are a lot more secure with this here. So certain computers just will not run without this TPM module.
For now, and then the hackers are going to, what we call, reverse engineer it?
Yeah, they'll find a way to get around it, but it's going to mean if you do get Windows 11, there's a better chance of your computer staying safe. That's all.
So what you're saying is, how much life do I have left on my Windows 10 on this PC that I'm running now?
Yeah, well, you're probably up to like 2025. By then, you'll be saying, "Gee, damn, we got to get a new computer."
We got to get a whole new thing, and hopefully we'll have a big old sponsor that can do all that for us. What else you got, Dan?
Yeah, Google Chrome is no longer going to show secure website indicators. You know, when you look at a website and you see a little padlock because you're on an HTTPS
Hold on.
secure
I'm
website.
looking right here, this little thing right here in the top. I'm going to switch screens so everyone can see it. Hold on. So on the screen right here, that little padlock right there?
That little padlock shows that it's secure. And they're going to stop doing that, and they're going to just start only showing you a warning sign when you're going on a site that's not secure. I think people don't look at that lock very often.
What's the warning sign?
It's just going to be a little triangle with exclamation mark telling you that you're going to a site that's not secured. It doesn't have a certificate.
So my question is, I guess, is where I'm confused. What determines a secure or not secure website?
Each website has to have a certain certificate that they use, and when you go to that website, and if you go to yahoo.com, it's going to have a certificate that is a legitimate and you're really going to yahoo.com instead of being phished and going to a fake website or something.
Yeah, but if you get phished in the taskbar up top, it would have, like if I go yahoo.com and it says click here for yahoo.com, you click on yahoo.com and it's yahoo dot fake dot
exactly.
12396.com. You're like going, well, that doesn't make sense.
No, but they could make one that looks in the taskbar, it does say yahoo.com, but it because of the certificate, even though it looks that way, you'll know that you're not on the real site.
I would never know. First of all, I think instead of doing all that, we should have just teach people how to do that, but that's another institute in another school somewhere else. But all right.
Okay, and then my brother-in-law is a big fan of our show. He listens to us all the time.
So this episode or this segment of Up to Speed with Technology is brought to you by your brother-in-law?
Yeah, my brother-in-law, Eric, and he wanted me to plug his business.
All right, so go ahead.
No. He's on his own. He's got plenty of business. He can't keep up with all the work that he's doing right now.
So if you want to keep Dan's is it brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law Eric.
If you want to keep Dan's business or brother-in-law's business, Eric, in business, go to Eric at a security page somewhere.
He doesn't have a website.
.com or something. I don't know.
He's word of mouth. He's a great carpenter, and he's so busy now he can't even handle all his work.
Not for nothing. We appreciate Eric's support here at DeaconLive. All right, when we come back, we'll jump into all the topics in the show. Guess who turned 100 years old? A Simpson character that actually turned 100 years old. We'll get into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
I think he'll like that.
Yeah.
He'd like that more than if you really gave him a real advertisement.
Right. Well, I figured that'd be good. Oh, so this segment's brought to you by your brother. Yeah, fuck him. All right, we got to start paying this stuff off.
We got a test driving a Corvette.
No, I mean pay off the top 4 topics. The main, the intro of the show. Let's talk about ACs. Where are we at on the show?
Oh, 32 minutes. We got to do up to speed.
No. We already did it. See, look.
Oh.
We're at 40 minutes now. What did I say? Oh, I said... I didn't write that on my thing. Dan. We have 10. 8, 4, 10, I think, plus 1. I think I've got 11. For some reason, I gotta go back and look at that when I'm done. So 11 is 5 breaks. So we are at 1, 2, 3. So we need at least 3 more.
We have a long break at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I got the laptop here. You know what our password is?
Post-it notes from her job, and I didn't fucking bring them up here. I'll write it down for you. Shit. All lowercase, and the numbers at the end. Can you read that? Can you read it?
Yeah. I'm going to need to see an eye dog.
What's on the back of that page, Dan? Nothing? Show notes. See? Why you got to rip shit off? Well, you'll never get that episode back, you know. I keep this book for you. See this book right here?
Okay.
Is this going somewhere?
Okay.
These are all the, when I do the show.
We got some tape?
We'll never get this one back, Dan. Oh, you know what? I got a stapler. You know what, Dan? I had a stapler.
It's at Staples.
Oh, you know what? I got a paperclip, too.
I go through a ream of staples like every year. I got like, I never staple anything. So.
A ream of stapler?
Yeah, one whole, like a little rack, you know.
I'm sure there's a technical term for that. And that's my fault, Dan, for giving you the hot book here. I've got a book. This book right here is for you. When we do, is this going somewhere? And that way I can keep track of everything that we talked about. And then I've got a junk one down here, which I do on my... This one here is all the notes. You got one over there too, right?
And book? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is this going somewhere?
In case there's a quiz.
Well, not only... Where's my box? I've got a box with all these for the last 4 years in it. Just because you never know. I always save them.
Yep. In case we get subpoenaed.
Subpoena. All right, let's get off cars for a little bit. Let's talk about the Simpsons, cheese grater, and the ring bird. So let's go to the Titanic ironic.
Did I tell you about my grandfather in Titanic?
No.
Huh.
Are you going to?
Yes, I will.
During this?
Yeah.
Okay. Turn this down so just in case they have advertisements that go off.
Did you see the dare at her?
Yeah. Where's that at?
Right. Well, Kath and I walked into the mailbox today. I was there.
We've got a family that where the arena sits was all briar patches and stuff, and that's where deer like to hide. Of course, you know, they're gone and everything. And
What do you mean they're gone?
well, the briar patches is gone, but the deer
the deer's still here.
Yeah, the deer are here somewhere. And if my wife gets out there early in the morning, she'll see like 2 or 3 of them on the backside of the property. I feel bad, you know. Cheese grater. Ready?
Ready.
Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you surviving?
Yeah. Every hour I feel better after getting out of that bed.
You need to get yourself a purple mattress, but you're still making payments on the thing. Christ, how much was that mattress?
It was $1,300 for the mattress and $1,400 for the adjustable because of my wife's health.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
the adjustable,
which I could still use that whole box frame and the adjustable part of it.
But is it your side and her side are different, or is it all at once?
All at once.
Oh, really?
But my feeling is, if she's not feeling good, she needs to raise her head up or feet up. I'll I'll go with that. That's fine
Suffer
for me.
with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's making her feel better, it's all good for me.
Now, you want something for free? Of course you want something for free. And here at Deacon Live, to show our appreciation for all you guys listening to us, downloading us, and doing all that stuff, go over to Prophet Radio, click on the free swag section. We got some brand new stickers. Dan, you got the sticker over there?
Yeah, the UPS finally showed up after the show yesterday.
Right after the show, and they got the brand new stickers out there, and they look cool. It's kind of a variation on one of the other stickers that we have, and so if you want to get some of those, fill out a little form there. I just need a place to send it. I don't care, you put your fake name, you can put your fake whatever, but I just need a physical address. I'm gonna do anything with your email address or your physical address. I just want to show some appreciation, say thank you, and here's some stickers for you, some magnets, and everything that we have here on Deacon Live.
Do you think maybe the UPS driver was listening to your show, and then when it got done, he decided to bring the stuff over?
Yeah, that's what he did. He's like going, oh shit, I got these stickers in my van. No, the UPS guy, he drops and goes, man. He's quick. Now, hold on. What am I talking about? No. Now, something that, and I see the UPS guy because he has, we have a Ring camera out front. And any little motion out front, I get a little notice on my phone. There's motion at your side door. And then 9 o'clock the other night, someone came over now here at the French. Now, we call this a French, Dan. I don't know. I haven't explained this in a long time. We call this a French, and it was keyed by Teacher Man many years ago. And it's part farm, part ranch. So we just kind of combined it together and call it a French. We have acres of corn. We sit on 22 some odd acres here. We have acres of corn. We do tomatoes. We do all the little stuff here at the house. And we also have horses, cattle, chickens, cats now, dogs, and all the stuff. Oh, my.
Oh, yes.
Well, you look like you were going to say something.
Oh, I was just wondering if you had a patent for the word French.
No, but it's FR apostrophe ANCH, so French. So I guess I got to come up with some kind of terms of includement or something like that. But we do have a motion camera out front, so the UPS driver jumps down, get a little thing. But a guy came the other night, because we sell eggs here to the public. People drive down the big long driveway here, and they burp, burp, and they come out. I'm like, how many do you want? And they're like, oh, give me 5 dozen, give me 3 dozen. So a guy the other night, it was 9 o'clock, and we're sitting there watching TV in the big movie room there, and our phones go off, and Alexa goes off, and Echo goes off. There's someone at the front door. There's someone at the front door.
So you got to put the Simpsons on pause and run over and take care of them.
No, but these 2 owls right here were caught on a Ring camera, I guess having a good old time or just a discussion itself. And if you want to see this video, go over to prophetradio.com. And for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. Doorbell camera captures 2 little owls in the middle of a minor dispute. 3 little owls put on a show, goofing off in front of a Ring doorbell camera. 2 of them had a very minor dispute over an insect. When one owl dropped the bug, the other one quickly hopped over, snatched it up like a tasty little morsel in its beak, and swallowed it before the first owl could take a bite. Then the 2 stared directly at the camera and like going, hey, did you see that? That little son of a bitch took my thing. Now I'm going to play this video right here. Hold on, let's see. Make sure there's no commercials. Blow this up nice and big so everyone can look. Now look at these owls. Have you ever been that close to an owl before, Dan?
No, I haven't.
Look at this guy. I mean, he's literally like in a Puffy Combs video where the camera's that fisheye lens. He's right up on the camera. I don't know if there's little music. So look at him. There's 3 of them. He's got a little bug. He's looking at it. Another one comes over, grabs the bug, eats it. And they're all kind of just sitting there, and they're looking at the camera like they can see almost like the reflection in the camera.
Oh, that's a hoot. I like that.
Good job, Dan. Good job. That's a hoot. And if you want to see that video, go over to prophetradio.com, click on Deacon Live. Now, Dan, you have a cheese grater. Now, when I say a cheese grater, I have one that I've known my mom to use since I was probably a child. So since I was 5 years old, now I'm whatever age years old. So this thing I've known has been around for at least 40 years. And it's not an A shape, but it's got the 4 sides, and each side's got a different regular or
we have the same one. We have a metal one, and it's a rectangle,
Yes.
but it spreads out wider to one
yes,
side.
yes. And one side, I've only used one side my whole entire life because the other sides, I don't even know how the other stuff works.
Yeah, my wife uses the cheese grater a lot. She made it, put it on a salad, and she'll do it when she makes an omelet. She spreads it out so it melts faster.
So TikTok right now, there's a viral video going around. Now, how do you use it, Dan? Now, I'm going to say for me, and I hope you agree with me, you take the cheese grater, the square thing, trapezoid-looking thing, you put it on a plate or some kind of container or something that'll hold it, and you grate the cheese downward into like a plate or something, and then you lift the thing up, and you've got this big mound of cheese.
That's not correct.
What do you mean that's not correct? What am I doing wrong?
You spray it with cooking spray first. Then you do it that way. That way, all the cheese falls off, and you don't spend an hour cleaning it out.
I've never done that before, but Dan, I can see that because we do homemade pizzas and homemade calzones here on the French, and we'll do like the polio. And have you ever, you know what polio is? It's the brick of mozzarella cheese, and it's nice and almost like Play-Doh. Okay. And if you do, it's a soft cheese. So as you grate it, yes, all the cheese does stick to it. So you use cooking oil?
Yeah, just get that quick spray, the cooking spray.
All right, so Dan, take this away right here.
Yeah, in a world that seems to be defined more and more by disagreement, it's no wonder the TikTok community is divided over something just as straightforward as a simple way to grate cheese.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, this bit of kitchen conventional wisdom has made the rounds before. You know, there's a tweet demonstrating the horizontal grater method, and that created a big stir in 2018. But it's crazy. Some people want to stick with the vertical grating. Other people have another way of doing it.
So let me see if I can pull this video up. Give me one sec. Other comments said that they defend a more traditional vertical method. And for no reason at all, people have been setting it on the side and doing it sideways. Now, I don't know if I could do it sideways. I'm trying to find the video here, so bear with me just one second. Let's see. Sometimes you got to click on the video or click on the keywords. Here we go. So here's the guy doing the actual cheese grater demonstration. The cheese grater lay down. So here we go.
Cheese graters lay down. Great, 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 great. Oh, add cheese. No mess. Look at that. Add cheese.
So he's laying it down, and then he like sprinkles it over whatever he's sprinkling on.
Before I was in my 30s.
Hold on.
Cheese graters lay down.
No, they don't lay down.
Great.
That's stupid.
Great. Great. Great.
Nope.
Great.
And what it's doing is it's keeping all the cheese in that box, inside the.
Oh, add cheese. No mess.
Well, you put it
Look at
on.
that.
You put it
Add
on
cheese.
a plate the other way.
Right, yeah, you put it vertical, straight up and down, and then you grate into a plate, and then when you pull that thing up, you've got like this mound of cheese, and then you could, especially if you're making a pizza. If you're making a pizza with this contraption that his method right here, that's bullshit. This guy's fired. So I'm saying cheese grater up vertical. And are you thumbs up with that, Dan?
Yeah, up vertical.
All right. And you know what? We'll probably put a poll up there somewhere.
Yeah,
we'll figure out.
I want to let you, just on a side note, I want to say one of my friends sends me an email, and he'll always say, "Hey, cheese grater," which is something you'd find in the Urban Dictionary. It's not complimentary.
Well, look it up for me and tell me what it is.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on. Well, while you're doing that, while you're punching it in the Urban Dictionary, you're familiar with the Titanic, right?
Yes.
So there was a display in a museum in Tennessee showcasing like the history of the Titanic and going on, telling, how the boat was made and all that stuff. In Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, are you looking it up, Dan?
Yes, and when I've already looked
you
that
already
up.
got it? All right.
Yeah.
So hold on. I'll get to that here in just one sec. In Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, a wall of ice at the Titanic Museum attraction in Tennessee collapsed and injured 3 people, and the museum owner said. So those that were harmed were taken to a hospital and unspecific injuries. So, I mean, how ironic is that?
And I always think of, when I think of the Titanic, I think of Tennessee. But I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, really. Why is the Titanic in Tennessee? Was it built in Tennessee?
This is one of the life's big mysteries.
I guess.
No, it was built in England. I think it was Liverpool it was built in. But my grandfather told everybody that the Titanic was going to sink, and people got mad at him. He said the boat's going to sink, the Titanic's going to sink. They got so mad at him that he got thrown out of the theater. So...
All right.
Okay, I did look up what cheese grating is.
Okay, thank you.
In the Urban Dictionary, and my friend says this to me because we like insulting each other. Cheese grating is the act of biting down softly while giving head so the teeth are gently scraping the wang.
All right. I don't know if that's a cheese grater, but I mean, all right.
Well, they have, the Urban Dictionary has all different terms for different, words, common words you use.
Correct. All right. On a lighter note, Dan, you ever watched The Simpsons before?
No.
Never. You never watched The Simpsons ever in
No,
your whole entire life. Are you familiar with The Simpsons?
I'm familiar with them. I don't watch cartoons.
Well, I mean, for a while they were kind of like the pregame to like what Family Guy is now. The pregame to all the animation domination that's on Sunday after or Sunday evenings. I know I used to go over to my mom's house. When I moved out, we would have Sunday night dinner at my mom's house, and we watch King of the Hill. We watch The Simpsons, and there was one or two other ones that we used to watch, Futurama, I think, at the same time. But it was animation domination back in the late 90s. I used to go over there and watch it. Now, excuse me, this one character right here has turned 100 years old. Now, do you know any of the characters of The Simpsons? You know Homer, you know Bart, you know Marge, you know Lisa, you know Maggie.
No, I just know who I've seen Bart Simpson.
All right. So in that case, hold on.
I'm going to learn something today. I am.
You are going to learn something today. And we'll edit this out, so hold on. So this gentleman right here is turning 100 years old today. And here we go. See if you can figure it out.
Oh, dear. Now you've done it. Smiley face. Question mark. Smiley face.
That gentleman right there. His name is Hans. Oops, I gotta turn this off. Hans Moleman, the character on The Simpsons, has been appearing since the second season, turns 100 years old today, according to the chronological age in the story. Now, he was born, according to his license that he shows at the DMV, he was born on August 2nd, 1921. So, I mean, everyone in the cartoons, of course, don't age. But according to this right here, Hans Moleman, the old Moleman from The Simpsons, has turned 100 years old. He was born August 2nd, 1921. I know that's big. It's big news to everyone, but I mean, still.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, with all the things going on, he's still alive.
Yeah, he gets beat up a lot on that show. All right, when we come back, another guy gets strapped duct tape to an airplane seat again. We're out of control in the air, Dan. We don't know how to behave.
Just like the woman last week?
Yes, just like the woman last week. We'll dive into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
My friend Ricky is very cynical, and everything he writes is just, he's cynical of everything, and he calls me cheese grater, and
Okay, we paid that one off. So we're going to talk about the duct tape. Paid that one off.
Do you know who Mark Wahlberg is?
Yep.
I got to make some Wahlburgers tonight.
Yeah, you told me that you got the sauce.
I got the sauce, but I got patties. Aldi's had patties which is the special blend of meat, which is marketing bullshit. I mean, beef is,
Well,
yeah.
there's sometimes that Amy and I will go to, or when I go shopping, I'm like, do you feel like hamburgers this week? She's like, yeah, get the Angus.
Yeah, these are Angus beef. Yeah.
Pre-made Angus. And then there's sometimes I've got like a prime rib one.
But you know what Kathy does with the Angus? We get the burgers, and then she breaks them all apart, and like she put Worcestershire sauce, chopped onions, minced onions,
guineas them up.
Yeah, and she just spices them up the way she wants, and then we cook them.
You know what Juicy Lucy is?
Juicy Lucy? No, I'm not.
We have a Juicy Lucy maker, and it is a plastic contraption. It's got a handle on top. Yeah. And what you do is, if you're going to make your own hamburgers, you take, patty, whatever you do, pull a piece off, stick it in this thing, and you press down on it. And what it does is it presses down a patty, but it leaves a divot, a nice square divot in the center of it. Then you turn it up and lock it. Then you fill it with cheese and everything, and then put another ball of hamburger meat on top of it. And what it does is it fuses the two together. Oh, okay. So what it does is it takes the patty and actually makes a
like if you're making a pizza with the cheese inside the crust, like that. So okay.
And I think we got it for like maybe $6-7, and it works good.
Yeah.
Patty it down, and you put the hamburger, and I mean it's your pressure, so you pressure it down and you fuse everything together to seal it.
Yeah, because I usually take the cheese and I'll put the cheese on my burger on the George Foreman grill and just leave it on a little bit to let it melt that way. So,
I take a like jalapeno seeds and a little bit of stuff in the center, but no one cares what I do.
Hey, were we talking about that Windows 365 that you could download?
Yeah.
That Windows had to shut it down because they have so many people getting it. That,
that would have been a good thing to say.
Well, I just saw it on the news. So.
Oh.
But they so many people are getting it because they only have so many servers. You can't turn around and,
They're not running through Amazon, obviously.
Yeah. You can't have 800 servers that are doing your thing.
Or can you, Dan?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Coming back and do...
You gotta do that test drive.
Yeah, we'll talk about the guy groping the woman in the plane. That's a continuation. I found the story, and then later on in the day, I found the actual update on it, so I'll play that. We'll do the test drive, which will probably make your actual brother kind of pissed off. Let's see, and let's do duct tape again. You said something about Bear Son?
Yeah.
What about Bear Son? You said
just let you know where his location. He's moving along.
Okay, I'll come back with that. Test drive. Where is? What am I looking for? Oh no, I'm looking for test drive. Is that what I'm looking for? Groping. Oh, mechanic. I need the duct tape thing. Test drive. Plane fight. This is a plane fight. I don't know if this is... I thought I had a... Oh, yeah, right here. Duct tape again. Okay. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over to my far right hand side is IT Dan.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending on when you listen to the podcast. And don't forget, you can follow us on all your social contacts. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, click on social contacts, and you can see all the links that links us to you and you to us as well. We do a live stream on Twitch. We have a YouTube channel as well, and also be a fan of the Facebook page as well. Now, Dan, you said something about But last week we talked about Bear Son. Now you got an update on Bear Son. Now, for those of you who don't know, this gentleman is creating. It's an art project that he's done. He's walking from California to
New York City, and he's got this big bear costume on, which is called Bear Son, and that's SUN, Bear Son. And he's raised, like he does, like increments. Like he raised $15,000 for an autism. He raised $15,000 for all these different events and things. So last time we talked, he was in Arizona, walking through Arizona. Where is he at now? Well, he's gone through the whole Navajo Nation, and he's been to the Grand Canyon. And right now he's going towards Rock, Gallup, and to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, really? So how many miles is that and how many days? I mean, that's 7 days, probably, what, 1,000 miles? Not even 1,000, 500 miles?
I figured it out. It's further than I could walk.
Yeah,
I can get from a parking lot to my car pretty well.
Now, speaking of your car, when you take your car into a mechanic, you expect a certain kind of... You have an expectation when you take your car into a mechanic. So if you take it in for an oil change, you're like going, all right, you put it up on the lift,
change the filter out, check everything underneath the fluids, and pour new oil in.
And then they drop the car down. Of course, I've seen them like the 5-minute places where they pull the car in, and I've seen them. There's a guy in the floor, and he's like going, Bay 1, clear on Bay 1, and they fire it up. Oil pressure good. And then you pull your car out, and they're like, all right, and you can go about your day. It's like $29.99 or something like that.
Yeah, and that's, when I was a kid, we worked in a dealership, and we used to take the cars out for a little joyride, 5 or 10 minute joyride.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Now,
burn a little bit of rubber and things.
This guy right here, you might be part of this troop that's been doing this. This mechanic right here, he takes his, what year is it? 2021 Corvette. After 11-month wait of getting it actually, made and everything, he takes it in for its first oil change. So this gentleman right here, Dan, take that for me.
Oh, okay. Chevy's just starting to build Corvettes at capacity again because of the chip shortage, and many buyers have been waiting so long to get deliveries of the new C8s. One happy customer from the San Francisco Bay Area took delivery of his 2021 Vette after an 11-month wait. Not long after, he took the car into service over the weekend for a minor issue, and when he got the car back, he tried to check the dash cam-like performance data recorder, just in case.
So I guess these new ones have almost like an OnStar or some kind of recording device in the vehicle itself.
Kind of like the black box on an airplane, I guess.
It is almost exactly like that. So what he found out was, let's see, where does it actually say it? Right here.
Yeah, that morning he discovered extremely concerning video while he was looking through his Corvette's PDR. And he said he was shaken after watching the clip. I immediately called the dealership and said, "What the fuck?" And the manager wasn't in, so I went on Yelp. After the process of leaving a decidedly negative review, he discovered the email address of the dealer's owner. He promptly emailed him, and the conversation was about to make things on right. So let's see this video, see what happens.
All right, let's see the video. So here's the video of his car. Looks like, and if you want to see this video for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. And the way you see that is go to profitradio.com, click on DeaconLive. So this is the inside. I'm assuming this looks like a video game. Doesn't it look like a video game? Like the screen and everything around it? Now, it's a dashboard. It looks like it's in one of the stalls, and it's backing out. But all these characteristics on the bottom, there's the RPMs on the bottom right. I don't know what this is. But he's moving, and here's the miles per hour up on the left-hand side. So the guys, is there sound on this? I don't know. There's probably not sound on this. So he pulls out of the garage, takes a sharp little left. Yeah, this is a camera that's recording.
Yeah, it's like a dash cam.
It's a dash cam, but it's got all the digital stuff on the bottom. That
it does look like a video game.
It does look. Cool. It almost looks like
Hey, there's that truck. There's my truck.
There's my truck. So he pulls out into the parking lot. And you can see he's at a Chevy dealership, so he's driving by all the cars.
He's driving slow, 15 miles an hour. What's
15
the big
miles
deal?
an hour. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can fast forward this. I don't want to fast forward and miss everything, all the goody stuff. I'll do it anyways. So this is Fremont Auto Mall. So he gets...
Oh, 95 right there.
Hold on, I skipped a little too far. So he gets out, takes a right onto the highway, and he gets the Vette up and running. He's at 30, 31, 32. He's probably trying to get out on the highway a little bit. Yep, there's a... Let's get on that ramp right there.
He's doing 45. What's the problem?
Watch those RPMs go up on the bottom right-hand side. Look, 70, 74, 76. No, that's not bad.
Yeah, he's 4,000 RPMs. You got to make sure the oil gets, before you... He's probably going to go back.
It wasn't... I don't think it was an oil change. They said for just a minor problem. So I'm sure the guy's taking it out for a test drive just to see... I think the guy was probably saying, you know what, you fixed a minor problem. I want to see if you actually took it for a test drive to see if you fixed the problem. So he probably looked through the dashboard camera or whatever this thing is. Oh, look, he's up to 94, 97, 98. Dang, keep going.
And that's a curving highway. That's not all straightaway. There's a straightaway now, but hey, 96, 95.
He's up to 100. And I think the video...
This is banking to the left, and he's still doing 81 miles an hour around that curve. But a Vette should do that.
So let's see. This is... Where does it say in the video?
Fremont, California.
I want to see where he hits the 146 mile an hour mark. Hold on. I think it says in the video. Hold on.
928.
928. All right, so 928. So I'm going to fast forward this to 928. This is... This is 917. So this is right before he hits the 146 mile an hour mark here. So here he goes.
4 lanes of traffic.
And a lot of traffic. Oh, there's a little... Oh, this is a... Look, what is that, a Charger or something?
Yeah, it looks like Charger or Challenger. Yeah, Charger.
Yeah, he's doing 116. Following this car. In and out of traffic. Oh.
You just went in a carpool lane. Now that's...
that's so wrong in many sense.
And they're going from all the way from 1 lane all the way over 4 lanes.
So he's following this one guy, 127, 132, 138, 142, 43, 40, 46. There he goes, 146. 146 miles an hour. This guy, he's following this Dodge Charger. I guess, Fast and Furious buddies or something. And it's just some random dude on the highway.
But I got to tell you, the other guy's doing 140 on the highway and it's not getting pulled over.
No. So then he gets off the exit and all of a sudden, watch those RPMs come down real quick. So there you go. This guy and then the dealer guy said, hey, man, someone took my car out and got up to 146 playing around with this yoker out there.
And what's it go? 80,000 probably for the Corvette?
80,000?
Yeah.
Ooh, Dan, I don't know. You got to look that up. While you look that up, now, an Ohio man, we just can't keep our hands off each other or off ourselves while we're flying in the air for some reason. Now, this Ohio man was caught on a video punching a male flight attendant and allegedly groping 2 other female flight attendants, their breasts, when he was duct taped to the seat.
There's no excuse for punching someone.
Well, I mean, if you're threatened...
Notice I didn't say anything about touching the breast.
Right. So, an Ohio man was duct taped to the seat on this commercial plane late last month for allegedly attacking and inappropriately touching multiple flight attendants on his way from Philadelphia to Miami. Did you find out how much those cars are?
Yeah, they start at $59,000, go up to $67,000.
$59,000 doesn't even include the wheels.
Yeah. No, they start at $59,000 Stingray, and the starting price rises to $67,000.
67? I don't know. Did you see the picture of my neighbor, the red Corvette that he has? It's got the LT1 or whatever in it. I think those run around $100,000. It all depends on the engine.
Yeah, maybe I should do something, Mr. Google. So
it's kind of like the Mustang. The Mustang came out with a 6-cylinder. I think that's what Shane has. I think he's got a Mustang, but he's got the 6-cylinder with a big glass pack on the exhaust, and you're just kind of like, ooh, that sounds tough. And he's like, it's a 6-cylinder. Yeah. Speaking of 6-cylinder, Maxwell Berry, 22, stands accused of 3 counts of battery over an incident on board Frontier Airlines flight that slowly, then quickly spiraled out of control. Now, someone caught this video here, and we're going to play another video. Here we go.
Train out of
our one and only exclusive. A passenger duct taped to his seat after he allegedly groped several flight attendants on a Frontier flight.
And that man was arrested, but a flight attendant has also been taken off duty. We're now hearing from the airline about the entire incident. Local 10's Madeline Wright is live from Miami International Airport with the details on this one. Madeline.
Christy, Janice, earlier this morning, executives from Frontier Airlines came here to Miami International Airport to announce that the company is adding flights to 10 new destinations this November, including Aruba. While executives were here, I asked the vice president of marketing about that wild video showing a flight attendant taking drastic steps to control a violent passenger.
It definitely
so here's
was
the video.
A very serious situation.
Frontier Airlines Vice President of Marketing Tyra Squires reacting to this video showing a violent confrontation between a flight attendant and passenger during a flight from Philadelphia to Miami.
So this guy was like, you know, putting up bows and throwing bows, and this male flight attendant, I guess, was trying to get a hold of him.
Later,
Look at him!
Restrained the passenger.
Like he's auditioning for a fraternity. What do they call it?
Is this an ad for duct tape?
I don't know, but I think from now on, I think all flights should have big rolls of duct tape on it.
With a seatbelt extender and duct taped him to his seat.
There he goes.
Flight attendants in their initial training and in their recurrent training learn a lot of different techniques in how to keep control of the cabin, because safety is paramount when you're flying.
The unruly passenger, identified as 22-year-old Maxwell Berry, started with a profanity-laced tirade against a flight attendant.
Shut the up!
Local 10 spoke exclusively with the passenger who recorded the video Saturday night.
He started to get aggressive, and then basically
Miami, by the way. Miami, yes. So pardon the accent.
No, that's attack the male flight attendants.
Miami-Dade police say Barry had a few alcoholic drinks, then groped the breast.
No, that's not a few. That's an all-night bender that he's getting on.
Two female flight attendants and punched a male flight attendant, prompting crew members to subdue him.
After an incident like this, we're going to do a thorough investigation and really review what happened, how it happened, and how it was handled, just to make sure that everything is done properly and followed procedures.
That's not a good position. That is not a good position to be in a fight with. I mean, you're literally sitting down, you're trapped with the seats in front of you and the seats behind you. You know, for you to get enough momentum to, I'm not telling you how to fight on an airplane, but what I'm saying is you can't really get a good cross right in there because you're sitting in the seat.
And I mean, he's going to be on the no-fly list forever. He'll be taking Greyhound everywhere he goes for the rest of his life.
You don't know, because I mean they still have to go to court. They still have to do all that stuff. I had a cousin of mine. Not to digress here. I had a cousin of mine that was in Italy, and he was leaning into a taxi car through the window to pay the guy, and the taxi was hit from someone from behind. And, you know, the little pillars, the little concrete pillars that keep you from getting up on the sidewalk, nice big, concrete pillars. He was caught between the window, the car, and that pillar and racked his ribs. He went into the hospital and all this stuff over in Italy. And then when he healed and came back to the United States, he went to fly somewhere else because that was his job. He was on the no-fly list because he got injured in another country. That wasn't his fault, and he had a lawsuit against that company. He was automatically placed on do not fly list.
I know, but the FAA is, with all the people acting up and not wearing masks and carrying on, I think that they can keep them on a. That's not a court thing.
They can do whatever they want. Now this right here.
I can understand the guy wanting to get out of Philadelphia.
Right. So 2 men were detained in Austin Airport Sunday. Here we go again. We can't keep our hands off each other. We can't behave in the air. Here's another fight right here on an airplane brawl, caught on video. So here we are. Hold on, Dan. You want to set us up right here?
Yeah, the incident, which is caught on video, took place on a plane parked at a gate at the Austin Bergstrom International Airport. The flight crew and the passengers attempt to break up the fight, but the men continued to exchange punches down the aisle before Austin police were dispatched to the screen.
All right, so in the video, you can hear them, clear the aisle, return to your seats. So here we go with the video. And if you want to see this video again, go to the Prophet Radio website. Here we go. It's another fight. We can't behave, Dan. We can't behave. And the good thing is, Dan, what do they have on?
Yeah.
Everyone has
That-
on.
They have a mask on.
Every
like I
single,
said. Yeah.
every single one of them.
I can obey that law. I just.
I can't obey the laws of the air, I guess.
Yeah.
Where's the air marshals? You always hear about air marshals on a plane. Where's the air marshals? Where's Tommy Lee Jones when you need him?
Screw the air marshals. Where's Chuck Norris?
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, keep your hands to yourself, people. Pay attention to what you're doing on the flights and stop. Get your shit together, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. All right, when we come back, we'll get our shit together. We have a couple more stories, and then we'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
That was good. I like that. That was fun stuff. People are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
They are cuckoo.
All right. And it's getting a little worse every day. Yeah, everything's going well today, you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not worried about you at all.
Okay.
I've been focusing on the show. I don't know if you can tell that I've been more focused on the show.
I had to lean forward once.
Yeah, because like I said, what you end up doing is you end up talking to me like this, and then the microphone's way back here. And I'm like, Dan, back to the microphone.
When I'm reading things, I'm trying to paraphrase them now.
Can you move that the laptop? No, not the microphone. The laptop more to your center of sight?
Yeah, I could do that when.
That would probably be better for you instead of reading. It's like me reading off of this. That's why if you ever see me talking to you, you'll see me move back like this to talk to you because I'm still I'm trying to keep the microphone.
What would you do if your name was Sherry Love?
Huh?
What would you do if your name was Sherry Love and you were a guy?
Open up a gay boutique of some sort.
It's a guy who works for. He's a nice guy. He's like 75 and he's married.
All right. So we're going to come back. We're going to knock out two birds with one stone. We're going to talk about the Teslas real quick. Talk about the guy in the drunk Tesla, because I really want to talk about the flaming ice cream.
And the new Oreo store.
And the new Oreo store. And then we'll wrap up the show.
I'm playing Black Sails now. And the problem is I don't know which control to hit, and I'm getting killed all the time. But I'm just wondering. I was just jumping around from rooftop to rooftop, just trying to get my hang. But Kathy has to look at the scenery. What do you think of this? And she's looking at it. She goes, "Oh, you're not in Greece anymore." She's looking at it. And I was in Havana.
Havana, Georgia?
Havana, Cuba.
Oh.
Or Cuba.
Should knock out Castro while you're there.
I believe he's already gone.
You like your lights back there or no?
Yeah. The voices in my head like them. I can't see them. But I think it's going to look better on the show.
And I got another one. I don't know where to put it. To capture the thing, I want to put a thing. You can... I mean, that's what it looks like behind you. I don't know. It just adds a little bit of motion in the back. Like behind me, all you see is up here in the corner. And the logo on the back, but that's about it. But at least it's not stagnant. You know, it's rotate. You don't care.
No, I do care.
You don't care. You don't care.
I'm still trying to find you in the classroom.
Oh, you want to do that? I'll do that right now. Did you pull the video? Do you have the picture up on yours?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start with that. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan. Dan, what are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm looking at a picture of you from your senior class of 1991 yearbook.
That's right, my senior class. It's 30 years since I graduated high school, for high school now, and I sent Dan a picture. They did like the wide panoramic of everyone in like the gymnasium, and we're all sitting on the bleachers. Not the bleachers. I guess it would be the bleachers.
Yeah, it would be the bleachers.
And I said, Dan, can you find me in this picture? And so Dan's been looking and looking and looking, and he can't find me.
I find Waldo. I couldn't find you in the picture.
And for all of you out there listening to us, if you want to see this picture of my graduating high school class, how many kids do you think's in this picture, Dan?
Oh, got to be close to 400, I'd just say, by looking at it.
696 kids are in this photo.
That's quite a lot. That's a big school.
And we had 4 grades, so we had freshmen, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. But for whatever reason, 12th grade was always the biggest. But we had 2,400 students in our school at Oak Ridge High School in Orlando, Florida.
And who was the most famous person to come out of your high school?
Out of our high school at that time, during the time I was there, I mean, a lot of people. I went to school with Richard Levy. He is one of the promoters for FIFA. Now over in the
soccer.
Yeah, for soccer. There's a lot of people who have done a lot of great things. The year before I got there, DJ Magic Mike came out of Oak Ridge High School. Let's see, who else?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, Jeffrey Dahmer. Wesley Snipe was came out of our rival high school, which is Jones High School. But I think that was back in the early 70s. He came out of that high school. As far as real famous people, movie-wise, not really. I went to school with Wayne Brady. Excuse me, went to school with Wayne Brady in junior high, but he went over to Dr. Phillips, and I stayed at Oak Ridge High School. As far as main famous people, I don't know. I mean, I guess, would I be the most famous person?
In high school, probably Alan Estes from the Estes Boys, country rock.
Oh, from your high school?
Yeah, Alan Estes and his brother David. And there's a group called the Estes Boys. They play pretty good music. Never made it big time.
Right. All right, so if you're looking at this, it's the Oak Ridge High School. And Dan, you said you found me? Where am I at?
No, I thought you were in the top row, 5th from the left.
So here I am. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Here I am. Zooming in. I can't zoom in. That's me right there in the corner, right here. That's me.
That's me in the corner losing my religion. I'm very familiar with that song.
Well, hold on, because I'm going to download this thing and open it up for you. So here's the picture. This is me right here in the corner. You see me, Dan?
Okay.
That's me right there.
You had hair back then.
I had a lot. I still have hair now. What are you talking about? And I took this position because I was on what they call Teen Aiders, which was a counseling group for underclassmen, and to help them with their problems. And we also went to like elementary schools for kids that had only like single parent homes, and we'd sit there and help them and show them that they can be someone. And the girl that's just to my, if you're looking at the picture to the left, her name was Chrissy Hayes. Now you can't see, but down here she's in a wheelchair, and I've known her forever since I was able to leave my house and walk around the neighborhood. Chrissy Hayes, she was part of the Teen Aiders group.
After the show, you got to reach out to her.
Well, Dan, she ended up passing away my senior year in high school. So this is the last picture that I had with her. And I
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. But I know you didn't know. But I made sure that I was prominent. You can see I'm very sitting there proud right next to Chrissy Hayes that passed away. So,
well, that was a good thing for you to do that. I just wonder about people that get counseling from someone as screwed up as you. That's all.
I mean, I had a different aspect of life, and Chrissy Hayes was really good to me. She loved me. She was a really, really good friend to have. And so she had, I don't know what disease she had, but she had like the breast plates on the front and back. She couldn't stand up. Her top half was fine, but her bottom half didn't work. So there she is. So there I am right next to Chrissy Hayes, and then the whole entire Oak Ridge High School staff as well. So there you go. That's where I'm at, Dan. I told you I wore like a neon, I wore a Circle Jerk shirt, which is ironically, I don't know, Jackass or something like that. Now, Dan, you got me all sideways here. Hold on.
Where are we going now?
I don't know where we're going. So I have 1992 Nissan D21. It's the beginning of the hard body trucks that they came out with Nissan. And that thing is a friggin' top. I've had, changed the oil. I just recently had all the spark plugs changed.
New tires?
New tires. I've had the whole thing. That thing.
Are you trying to sell this? What are you doing? No.
If I was to sell this thing, I could probably I paid, I think, $3,200 for it. And the engine is solid. Everything's solid. We had the AC changed out from the old system to the new system. It ice cold air, runs like a top. It burns a little bit of oil, so you got to make sure that there's no leaks or anything. You just got to make sure you stay on top and checking the oil.
Yeah,
all the
some
time.
guy with a couple, 2 or 3 quarts down, I heard one day.
Yeah, one day, someone. Now, unfortunately, vehicles come and vehicles go. The Gremlin has come and gone. The Hornet has come and gone. There's a lot of different vehicles out there in our spectrum of vehicles.
AMC Pacer.
AMC Pacer has come and gone. Now, this right here from Toyota. Toyota is ending production of the Avalon large sedan after 2022 model year, drawing a curtain on this plus-size Camry is essentially what it was, nearly after a 30-year run. Now, believe it or not, before we bought the Audi Q5 out there for my wife, she was thinking about getting one of these Avalons. And I'm like, and I said to her, not to be, hotty-totty or highty-mighty, I said, we don't drive Avalons, babe. We here in this family do not drive a Toyota Avalon.
Now, do you know who the most famous person is to ever drive one of the Gremlins?
Who?
The Pacer. George H. Bush Sr. He drove in Maine. That's what he drove, was a Pacer, AMC Pacer. Before he was president.
Okay. Now, also being discontinued is, Dan, you have you were trying to get your AC, not your AC, I'm sorry, a generator for your house. Now, you were worried about getting, losing power, and you were trying to get a whole house generator.
Yes, with my wife's health issues, we were looking into getting a Generac generator, which would consist of, it would take care of all the electricity in your house, run your air conditioners, your refrigerator, and it would hook up to your propane, and it's something that would take care of us because of my wife's health issues. But the price was like $15,000.
$15,000 for what?
That's just for a generator that would give me electricity when my electricity went out.
And it's just the two of you.
Yes.
And what did you determine? You said something about a hotel or something?
Yeah, for $15,000, if it gets, we could just get out in the car and drive around long enough till,
or
buy an awful lot of gas.
That or get a cruise line, get on a cruise, 5-day cruise and go cruising for
drive somewhere cold.
Right.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, because of everyone with the computer chips and Ford's doing the to build order only, I'm dealing with that with my Chevy truck. There's other manufacturers that are slowly getting into the trickle-down theory as far as not being able to get parts. Parts shortages for AC units are now starting to happen. Dan, take that away from me.
Yeah, keeping pool in the midst of the summer heat has not been easy for the Bay Area conditioning. The
Bay Area is Tampa Bay, sorry.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, yeah. I was wondering if it was San Francisco, but then I thought about it, and nobody has air conditioners in San Francisco. They just don't use them.
Right.
So they need them now, though. Massive nationwide shortage of parts has some people waiting months to get the air conditioner repaired. And it's hard, beating the heat when it's that hot. And Kenny's air conditioner, as president, said, just think we have customers who are not going to be able to guarantee them air. That's hard to tell a customer you can't help them out with that.
Yeah, hey, look, I know your AC just took a dump. I know that, you're sweating your balls off, but unfortunately, the part that you need doesn't have the computer chip available, and we can't get those compressors or the motherboard or the circuit board or anything like that.
Or you get 1 or 2 people that have COVID and can't come to work. What do you do?
Yeah. So, and something that I noticed here, I pulled the tractor out the other day, and here, for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres, and I had to bush hog one of the pastures for the horses, and I backed that tractor out. Now they're doing a whole lot of construction about a half-mile down the road trying to put a neighborhood in, and I backed the tractor out. Once I parked it, 2 or 3 big, about 3 or 4 inches long, about the size of a toilet paper roll, ran out. Mice.
Okay.
ran out of the tractor itself. And for those of you who don't know, they'll eat the wires. They'll sit there and chew the wires and try to get whatever out of that.
Oh, and there are some cars like Mercedes that have these special wires that good for the environment, but mice love them and the rats.
And sure enough, yeah, when I parked the trailer or parked the tractor, the mice started running out. And I was worried about that. So they can get up in your AC at the same time and short things out. You know, the compressor or the solenoid or something like that, they touch two contacts and they're fried like Rice Krispies.
I think they'd have trouble. They could probably make a nest that would block it up some, but I don't think they can. Heat pumps, I don't think they can access.
Well,
I could be wrong.
But in Florida, snakes get up in that unit and they'll touch two things. And I've had a guy come over at one of my rental properties and he'll pull the panel off, and sure enough, there'll be a snake or a squirrel or some kind of frog or something just dead, rotting out. And he's been shorting everything out here for a while. So be careful out there. Please, if you have a maintenance program on your AC, I know it costs here at the French. We have a double pack heat unit, and I think it's $192 for twice maintenance a year. But they clean out everything, make sure everything's fine. Do your maintenance on your AC, because if a part goes bad, you might not know if you can get it.
If it gets too hot, fill your tub up with cold water and jump in.
No, I don't want you to lose your AC.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about the dung head. Hold on. Talking about the dung head that whatever backed up his truck and hit the water slip.
Oh, my memory doesn't go back that far.
So at the beginning of the program, we talked about the GMC truck that fell into the water, or backed in the water and stuff. And we were talking about Tesla earlier, as far as like getting, Tesla stuff going on. Tesla is now starting to get into the boat industry.
Yeah, in July of 2003, Tesla started working with an ambitious vision to make an electric car from scratch while developing core technologies like the battery, computer software, and electric motor. But in the following 2 decades, Tesla Motors made its mark in electric cars, and now a group of engineers from Tesla wants to pull off a similar feat in the electric boat segment with their high-end all-electric boat, Arc One. And I said, Arc Boats was founded early this year by 2 former SpaceX engineers, no experience in building rockets. We started in February with no team, no money, no warehouse, said the founder, Mitch Lee. But the company has secured a seed funding of $4.25 million and is ambitious to sell its first model, Arc One, by the end of the year.
So Arc One boats are going to be out there, and they're going to be released, and they're going to be electronic boats. When I hear Tesla and electronic boats, you know what I think about? Those little remote control jobbies that people have that put them in like duck ponds, and they're little small little crafts that zzz,
Yeah.
zzz,
Well,
zzz.
I live right off of Lake Tillery, and we have boats in there, run all the gasoline engines, oil, everything leaking in our lake. They pump all that stuff from the lake into some waste treatment plant where Floyd goes and pours 2 gallons of bleach and chlorine, and then it's pumped to my house. So electric would be good for me in there.
But would the electric, would you get the same response is my concern. That's what people are worried about with electric things. Have you ever driven a propane forklift, Dan?
Yeah, propane is different. Propane doesn't have the BTUs.
Right, but have you ever driven an electric forklift? The response time's a little bit different.
No, I've tried to do a drone. That didn't end up well.
All right. Now, something that didn't end up well for this gentleman right here, speaking of Tesla, this guy right here, a 24-year-old Tesla driver, passed out drunk at the wheel, but luckily he had the Tesla autopilot feature, and it saved his life. Now, how did it save his life? Well, it's debatable how it saved his life. It probably saved his career, but didn't really. It saved his life, but as far as his career would have taken a dump. A Tesla driver decided to get behind the wheel after a few drinks and fell asleep behind the wheel of its self-driving car. Luckily, the car itself saved his life. Now, here's the video right here of the car. This is the dashboard cam of the owner of a car, a Tesla owner driving a car in Norway, and the guy fell unconscious, and the autopilot recognized that he is There he is. Look, he's sleeping in the car.
Klokken har akkurat passert 5:30 fredag morgen.
Well,
Jeg kjører en Tesla.
this is all in different language. So
No way.
the guy's riding up next to the Tesla car, and the guy is passed out.
Mobilen og filmer. Da han kommer på siden av bilen.
He's look at him. Look, he's sleeping. Look at him, Dan. He's down and out. Look at him. And it's a self-driving car. It's a Tesla self-driving car.
That's insane.
But what happened was the Tesla car realized that the gentleman at the wheel, at the helm, was not actioning or not functioning. So the car actually called the EMTs or the paramedics and stuff, find a nice soft place to pull over, and waited for them to show up. You can see. There he goes. He's pulled over. Guy's trying to wake him up.
Føreren fortsatt I tilsynelatende bevisstløs tilstand.
Just two beers, huh?
2 beers. But this is what happened. Take that for me, Dan.
Yeah, on July 30th, a 24-year-old Tesla owner located in Norway jumped behind the wheel of his Model S after drinking and passed out. Luckily for the driver, and not to mention the other people on the road, Tesla's autopilot detected the driver had fallen asleep and kept the vehicle in the middle of the lane before safely coming to the stop. The video, which we saw, has surfaced online that shows the man asleep at the wheel. According to authorities, the man was found evidently drunk when the EMS arrived and had his license temporarily suspended. Wow, that's...
Yeah. So it realizes, so even though you're in a self-driving car, you're like, oh, I got everything made. I can, go out and party all night long, and my Tesla car is going to take me home. It's going to bring me home, Carolina type deal.
But I mean, you pay $80,000 for a car, and
But you pay $80,000 for a Tesla. Yeah. There's another $13,000 that are added features for the Tesla to be a self-driving car. Did you know that?
Yep, and they're also working on a subscription thing, so you can pay like $299 a month as a subscription for the auto driving.
I would pay another $400 for the car not to pull over when I'm passed out behind the wheel and just take me all the way home.
What if you just call an Uber? How much does that cost?
Not much. I mean, well, out here in the French, out here just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville, there's no Uber service out here. We found it one night. One night we were actually in the town of Monroe, and we said my wife and I, we were gonna get just a normal cab, and we just rolled the dice and said, let's see if there's an Uber. Sure enough, there was one guy. He had one of those brand new Nissan Pacificas or something like that. And he's like, I was just going to call it off for the night. And I felt bad because he was a big old black guy, brand new Pacifica. And he picked us up at the bar. And then he had to drive late night, back roads, here in country roads. And 2 white people in the back of his car. Yeah. He's probably going, where are these white folks taking us? But yeah, we have no Uber ride or drivers out here in the Carolina, where we're at.
We took an Uber in San Francisco to meet somebody at a restaurant. And we told the guy we wanted someone there at 6 o'clock. At like 5 minutes to 6, we got a beep. You get it on your app on your phone. They were there. They showed up, drove us right there. I think it was like $30, but it was a good ride.
Yeah, it was a good ride.
And then when we leaving the restaurant, we pressed the Uber app and said we needed a ride, and we we're going to San Francisco. And someone was there. We answered within a minute, and the guy says, "I'll be there in 2 minutes." And he showed up right there, picked us up. And
perfect. It's a perfect thing. Yeah. The machine works well.
And we weren't even drinking. It's just that we didn't know where we were going. It was just a lot easier.
Right.
$60 it cost us, and took care of all our transportation.
All right. When we come back, we'll dive into the weird and unusual, and we'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. I think, Dan, therefore I am, right?
Okay.
Who says that?
The Moody Blues.
Who said that?
The Moody Blues.
Huh?
The Moody Blues.
They said it? They created it? I don't think so.
Wasn't it Hal or something from Space Odyssey or something like that?
I think therefore I am.
The Moody Blues did that in one of their songs. I want the Oreo story.
Okay. Here we go. Weird and unusual.
And I'm going to make some peanut butter and jelly bites, but I'm going to make them my own way.
Okay.
I'm going to try something in the
Are you going to bring
toaster oven.
You going to bring it here?
Yeah, if I make some, I'll bring them.
That'll be good. All right, so we have to do a weird...
You know what's nice is when you get an email from the Home Depot credit card and for your balance and it's zero. And I go, yes, that's nice. I don't know where my package is. I was supposed to have my package delivered.
I got your package right here. Oh, excuse me. Jesus, Dan, was that you?
I got a care package of all the stuff from my...
Oh, from your brother. Yeah.
Yeah, from my brother. I got one that I opened up with a bunch of things on it. So.
All right, we'll talk about that. I want to talk about the kids being nearsighted. Talk about the flame ice cream.
I had a nephew that was born with no eyelids. He couldn't see.
Don't stop right there. You can stop right there. You got to check these jokes off, Dan.
I hadn't told you that one here.
Everyone knows that one. He's a little cockeyed. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I only ask you that when I hear, because I don't know what you're doing over there. So when you're ready, when I ask if you're ready, you have to let me know. You ready?
Oh, it's like this communication thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan.
Yep. How are you, Travis?
Well, you can come up with a little something crazier. You can do a little something like, hey, I'm doing well. I'm, this and that. So over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan.
Okay. Right now, this is the oldest I've ever been, and I'm just trying to deal with that moment.
Well, there you go. I hope you make it through. And for those of you out there trying to make it through this show, do me a favor. Go over to profitradio.com. We'd love to hear from you. And the way you do that is to click on the Be Heard section. Click on that little bar. Opens up a microphone on your tablet, your PC, your cell phone, wherever you're listening to us from. That's Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on Be Heard, and you can leave a voice message or voicemail. Comes right to our inbox, which is hard for me to say at the end of the show, and we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. Now, Dan, with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, did you notice like your lifestyle has changed at all? We are all like kind of constricted to our house. We're constricted to small little areas and small little groups as far as our, adventurous, as far as getting out and everything.
Oh, I think my wife and I changed probably more than 99% of the people I know. We just stayed home and didn't go anywhere.
Oh, really? Did you lose a lot of friends or did you gain a lot of friends?
I lost a lot of friends. But you stop by and you sort out and you stay close to the ones that are important.
Now, do you call them on a regular basis?
Yeah, I'll call people and I'll text them and email them and things.
Now, what about think about your children. Now, when I say your children, I know Dan doesn't have any children. I don't have any children. We all have fur babies is what they call them. But kids out there that were just getting into, let's say, your first year of kindergarten, first year of first grade or something like that. And your first, look on those grade levels is, hey, guess what? I know you were going to go to kindergarten at whatever school this was or first grade at the school, but you're going to stay here with mommy and daddy and we're going to do everything on the computer.
They have no human interaction.
And they have no human interaction. But outside of that, they are sitting in front of these LED, LCD screens all the time, and they're not getting out and doing exercising or walking in between classes. You said you had so many buildings in between your high school and stuff, and
and if you look at children when they're young, their eyes are roaming everywhere. They're looking at the wall, they're looking at the ceiling. They are curious. Their eyes are bouncing all over the place normally.
So because of the COVID pandemic, they have linked it to an increase of nearsightedness in kids. Now, Hong Kong researchers have analyzed eye tests and data for over 2,000 children over the ages of 6 to 8 years old. Dan, you want to take that for me?
Yeah, more children may have developed nearsighted as an unexpected side effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. I said analysis of eye data from nearly 2,000 Hong Kong school-aged children revealed that the rate of nearsightedness that developed during the pandemic, it more than doubled in what was found in a pre-pandemic study of children the same age, according to a report in the British Journal of Ophthalmology.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
I was thumbing through that when I was sitting on the throne today.
That was it.
It was probably the most exciting thing I've read in like weeks.
Was it a solid read?
Yes.
So when people think of consequences that are unpredictable levels of the quarantine has physical and mental health on people, initially, obviously, that children's visions developed, during this time. So kids are, face first into a tablet, face first in front of a computer screen, face first in front of a, some kind of phone. And their depth perception is going to be they're not going to be fighter pilots. Let's put it that way.
No, and I think it started long before the pandemic. I see more kids, they have a phone, even teenagers, they get a phone right in front of them. They don't talk to anybody. They're looking at their phone.
Well, talk to your chiropractor, because I'm sure they said that there's a syndrome that's called, what is it? The teenager where their head's down all the time, and the kids, teenage high school kids, have pains in their necks because they're always face down in their phone looking down.
Yeah, I have to agree. Kids are a pain in the neck.
And every time I hear that story, thank you, pain in the neck, I got that just now. Every time I hear the story about, the kids are looking down at their phones, you ever seen the movie The Jerk?
Yes, with Steve Martin.
With Steve Martin. And he created something, an attachment to your glasses so they didn't slide off your nose. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
And what was it? It was almost like a bar that kind of hinged on top of your nose.
Yeah, and that's what these kids need.
Well, no, it's not that. Everyone that had these things that keep this is modern technology, everyone that wore these glasses with the hinge on their nose had cross eyes because their eyes were focused on the, you don't remember the
it was 1984.
It was I remember it stuck in my head. I'm like, I never want to wear glasses because I'll have cross eyes and
I
stuff.
just remember the azaleas on the porch. Those aren't azaleas, those are assholes.
He hates the cans. Yeah. Now, speaking of assholes, Dan, we were talking about the least favorite flavor of Oreo cookies. And do you remember the top 5 that happened?
I remember one was carrot cake.
Okay, and what else? Do you remember any of the other ones?
Rhubarb. No, lemon was in the top 5.
Now,
2 out of 5 ain't bad.
2 out of 5 ain't bad.
That's what Meatloaf said.
Now, Oreo is now opening in New Jersey a brick and mortar store. Now, I don't know if it's going to be as successful as the Legoland or the Lego store in the mall. Are they creating malls anymore?
Well, this store is going to be right next to a marijuana dispensary. So I mean, it's got to do fantastic.
It should be well, and hopefully it has 80. What did we find out? It was 85 different flavors.
Yeah, 85 flavors.
So not trying to freak you out over here, but immediately buy a flight in New Jersey. Buy a flight to New Jersey because the Oreo store is now opening. The first ever Oreo cafe inside the America Dream Mall in East Rutherford is, oh my God, wow.
They better have milk there.
There should be a milk store right next door too as well.
Yeah. Fans, rejoice. This space is prime real estate for everything Oreo, which includes immersive and personalized ways to enjoy them. Situated on the 3rd floor of the IT Sugar Store at the American Dream, the cafe features a first-of-its-kind treats bar where folks can customize sweets or pick from a menu of Oreo-inspired desserts.
All right, so here we go. Let's see what they got. Classic desserts with Oreo spun, such as waffle sundaes and a baked Oreo pieces or Oreo cookies and cream cheesecake layered with Oreo cookies and mousse. I hate mousse, by the way. Drizzled chocolate with ganache and milk chocolate rosette. Oh, my God. So
wow, you can build your unique twist your Oreo treats by first choosing a waffle, ice cream sandwich, cone, or milkshake, and then picking a whole bunch of toppings and 200 possible combinations.
If this is going to be like a one-off ice cream store, they might be putting a run for the money for like Baskin Robbins, Tasty, was it Twisty Treat? What's the other, McAllister's or something like that?
Yeah, and I mean, Baskin Robbins, the price they get for that is not even that good, is just like ridiculous. I look at the prices and go, no, thank you.
I still love the Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen has always been a good friend of mine. So I always stick with them. Now,
Rutherford, New Jersey. I have our neighbors are going to New Jersey. I'll have to see how close they are to Rutherford.
yeah, ask them what's going on there. Now, another friend of mine is the Molson Coors Company. Unfortunately, they have now. If you don't know who Molson Coors is, they are a beer provider, and they have just recently gotten rid of 11 cheap beers that you probably regret drinking in your childhood. I remember when I was growing up, I graduated from high school. I was 18 years old, and I had like the freshmen and juniors coming over, or the sophomores coming over to my house. They'd skip school because I lived right behind the high school, and they knew that I could go up to the store, the Habib store is what we called them, and buy beer. And I would buy them a quart of beer. They'd give me the money, and I'd buy a quart of beer, and they would sit there and drink it at my house. And
That's how you bought your first house, with all that money.
It is. The beverage company is veering towards a hard seltzer line and what's the hell that word is?
Premiumization. That's what's great. We can just invent new words every day here.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get away from these like ice, the high alcohol content, anything that has like Molson Ice or Molson, not Molson, but Old English Ice. All those ice brands.
They want to get rid of the economy bands.
Right. So here we go right here. Let's see. Right here. Read off all these different brands that are being eliminated.
Milwaukee's Best Premium, Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor Ice, Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve, Keystone Ice, Ham Special Light, Key Lightful. I don't know. It's crazy. Icehouse Edge.
It's a fruity line of the extension.
Magnum. Yeah. Miller High Life Light, Steel Reserve 211. I mean, they just sound like marketing names.
And Old English 800 or 8,000 is being removed as well. So the names you recognize, perhaps not any form or whatever, but Miller High Life, Light to me, I'm all ears. And outside of the nostalgia of it, they're getting rid of all these brands now, and there's more money in the seltzers rather than, we're not the punk kids that are listening. Hear me out. So in the beginning, these brands have taken off because we listened to, I'm 16, 17, 18 years old, 19, 20 years old. We heard them in rap songs. They always talked about Old English. They always talked about like Cricket Letter, which is St. Ides. They talk about the, what's the other one? The Mickey's wide mouth bottles, all these different beers. And if they're drinking them, I wanted to drink them as well, because that's what they were doing. But now rap artists and stuff, they're not even promoting this stuff. They're promoting something totally different. So these brands or stuff are slowly changing with the times.
Yeah, but they want to go whatever give them the most profit.
Correct. So they're getting rid of this, and they're getting into the hard seltzer. And have you had a hard seltzer before?
No, I haven't.
I can't stand seltzer water itself. It always tastes like, to me, my wife said, "Oh, it's so refreshing." And I've had all of them. I've
had ginger ale. What's the big deal?
No, it's not. It's nowhere near ginger ale. To me, it tastes like carbonated seawater. I can't drink it.
And from Florida, you should love seawater.
I can't even stand the beach, believe it or not. I hate going to the beach, let alone having seawater in my mouth, because it has that salty. It's not refreshing.
If you don't like the beach, you should move to North Carolina.
I should.
Seriously.
One day I will, if I get my shit together. Now, someone who's getting their shit together and also getting out of the high sugar game is PepsiCo. Now, Dan, are you familiar with PepsiCo?
Yeah.
Now, at one time, they owned Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut, and I used to work for them many, many years ago.
Didn't they own Long John Silver's, too, I think?
Could be, yeah. Yeah, there was a couple deal breakers that I wasn't part of. But right now, PepsiCo also owns a lot of the juice manufacturers or juice companies out there, like Tropicana, Naked Juices, and all these other like healthy stuff that's supposedly healthy. Now, PepsiCo right now is selling Tropicana and other juice brands for $3.3 million.
Billion.
Billion. Hold on, let's see if there's a video here.
I like Coke better than Pepsi. Sorry.
It's all right. I care less for either one.
Juice to juice its
Oh, here we go. So for more on this story, let's go to this video right here.
PepsiCo's cutting out juice to juice its profits. The snack and beverage giant said Tuesday it's selling Tropicana, Naked, and other juice brands in North America to French private equity firm PAI Partners. But PepsiCo will retain a 39% stake in a newly formed joint venture and have exclusive rights to distribute the brands in the U.S. The move comes as the company aims to move away from sugary drinks that health-conscious customers are ditching. PepsiCo CEO Ramon Laguarta said the sale will give the company the funds to develop health-focused snacks and zero-calorie beverages. Like its rival Coca-Cola, PepsiCo has been streamlining its product range to focus on more profitable brands. Operating profit margins for PepsiCo's juice businesses were below those of its other divisions. Shares of PepsiCo, which have vastly underperformed the broader markets this year, rose in early trading Tuesday.
So there you go. I mean, they're getting out of the juice game, and that's, I mean, they're leaving it to someone else, but they're not letting it go all the way. They're saying, you know what, I just want 39% of my finger in your pot still.
Yeah, and I still want to get money for distributing product that I already sold you for $3.3 billion.
Well, I mean, they have to. Think about it. If I had an empire and I had the whole distribution and manufacturing and stuff, and I said, I'll sell this all to you, and you're just a guy off the street, and you're like going, I'll buy it. And I'm like going, okay, do you have trucking? No. Do you have manufacturing? No. Do you have advertisement and settlement? Well, I can do that. That's easy. I just sit behind a desk and do that. All right, well, I'll do that for you. I'll do all the other stuff for you for 39%. And they'll go, okay, I'll do it, you know.
Yeah.
Now they bought Tropicana juice 15 years ago just for $3.3 billion from the actual manufacturer of Tropicana. And so now they're selling all that stuff. So you can sell, there's a loss there somewhere.
Oh, but what the gain back in all the marketing distribution, you'd be surprised how those pennies add up quick.
Yeah, they're probably not going to distribute it here. I guarantee you they're going to distribute it more towards.
The distributing was in America. That's what they said.
I know, but I think they're going to, the people who buy it are going to have
all the other continents, all the continents and stuff like that. It's real big in Poland.
It's big in Poland. Now, something else that's big, Dan, we talked about several weeks ago, we talked about a special kind of ice cream. And your favorite ice cream is what flavor?
Maple walnut.
Maple walnut. Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. And then we talked about this new flavor that was coming out by Kraft.
Macaroni and cheese.
And what is the result of that? Have they made any more?
I don't know if they made any more, but it was all sold out.
All sold out? Are you looking at it now?
Oh, I'm going down the corner store right now.
So right now, there's another flavor. This is a whole new trend of new ice cream that's coming out. I guess there's a huge demand for it because all these manufacturers, these independent ice cream manufacturers. Let me tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
So, you know, cookie dough ice cream, right?
Yes.
So it was never around until Ben & Jerry's came out. And the reason why it's out is because at one time, Ben & Jerry's had this whole, like, pick a flavor or make a flavor, and they you write a flavor in, they turn it in. They had a whole board, and they would say, okay, whatever. This one guy, random guy, said, I want cookies and cream.
Cookie
dough ice cream. And they said, okay, we'll try it. And they did it, made it. It was an anonymous tip, from a guy who wrote it on a whiteboard, and turned it into Ben and Jerry. and they said, okay, we made it, and that's what we have today as far as
When I was in Vermont, we took a ride over to the Ben & Jerry's factory where they make it, and you can see how they do it. Plus, you get all free samples and stuff.
I
Pretty
think
interesting.
I think my wife did that too, and I was like going, were you sick? She's like, yeah, by the end of it, I was like, I didn't want any more ice cream at all. Now, this company right here, ice cream is a classic warm weather treat, but if instead of beating the heat, well,
they spelled it wrong.
They did spell it wrong.
Where's the spell checker?
Put the heat right into your ice cream. Right here, Dan.
Oh, Marble Slab Creamy is all about mixing things into your ice cream, and thanks to a partnership with Frito-Lay, the chain is unleashing what may be the cheesiest menu items yet. A Cheetos Flamin' Hot ice cream and a Cheetos Flamin' Hot shake.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So
and the Marble Slab, which over has 250 locations in Texas and the Southeast, wow, it's kind of crazy. It's going to have a cream base with Flamin' Hot Cheetos crushed and scattered throughout it.
So have you been to Cold Stone Creamery? You ever seen what they do there?
I have gone to a Cold Stone, you go in and you get the ice cream, you tell them what you want, and they smash it all in together.
Yeah, it's like a big frozen marble slab. Yeah. I mean, I think that's another ice cream creamery out there. And they scoop it out, and they just crunch everything in it and mix it up, and then they scoop it up, and they put it in like a cone or something for you to eat.
Yeah, it shows that as a country, we really have a warped sense of taste, things we want to eat. So.
Well, I mean, as a brand, Cheetos loves to work with partners who are imaginative and playful as we are, is what Marble Slab said. So that's what they're doing, is they're saying, hey, you want to put jalapenos in our ice cream? Sure. We'll work out from, we'll do whatever you want to do.
This is what you need to do. You need to get some vanilla ice cream, and you got to get some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And you let the ice cream get a little bit soft. You mix that in with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Amy will love it.
Well, believe it or not, Dan, there is already a Cinnamon Toast Crunch ice cream. I bought it. I think it's made by Edie's. I bought it. Look it up. I bought it, brought it home, and I tried to feed it to her. I'm not like I'm forced, strapping her down and feeding it to her. And I tried to let her, and she's like going, nope, it's not the same. It's not the same. So I was like going, really? She's like, nope, that's all you. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to do anything. What'd you find?
Oh, I do see it here on Google. Yep, cinnamon. Yep, Walmart sells it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I know,
and I like that cereal. I had it myself, but
it's not that. It's not for some reason. Amy says it's not the same.
And I like cottage cheese with pineapple, and Hood Ice Cream in New England sells it, and it makes the cottage cheese taste so good. But I've tried chopping up pineapple, putting it in,
and doing it yourself.
Doing it myself, and I've even tried putting it in and let it sit in the container for 3 weeks to see if
congeal.
It just does not taste the same.
So. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Dan. All right, guys. On behalf of myself and IT Dan, we'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for downloading us, sharing us, and doing all the stuff that connects us to you and you to us as well. Dan,
have a nice night.
All right. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
Cinnamon toast.
The absolute end.
All right, back to the. Hold on, we got to sign off on the video. Bye.